This video is going to be about the Ontario hop knife. My name is Brian and you're watching Survival on Purpose. Welcome back. Thanks for stopping by Survival on Purpose. As I said, today's video is going to be about the Ontario hop knife, which is very similar to the Old Hickory Butcher Knife. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Actually, this knife was suggested to me by one of the viewers from Canada. Let me read your name. Butler Ranger told me about this knife. He said because the Old Hickories are way more money in Canada. Oh, here comes the rain really this time. So this knife's about 12 bucks. It's a little differences. Again, we'll show you the difference about those, but just want to go ahead and I told him I'd get one. We'll check it out, and that's what we're going to do right now. So let's take a closer look at this knife, and then we'll see how well it performs. Okay, so this is the Ontario 7-inch hop knife. This knife is made of 1095 carbon steel. It is a full tang knife with a blade length of 7 inches and an overall length of 11.6 inches. Blade thickness on this knife is 0.07 inches. Has a flat grind blade with a hardness of 53 to 58 Rockwell hardness. It's made in the USA, and the street price on this knife is around 12 bucks on Amazon. Okay, I want to show you the difference. This is comparison between the hop knife and the Old Hickory Butcher Knife. And as you can see, they're both essentially the same shaped blade. The Old Hickory Butcher Knife has got some texture in the blade and a little different wooden handle. It's got its name on the handle, whereas the hop knife is basically a smooth knife. A couple more differences you might notice is on the handle here. The Old Hickory is kind of rounded on the end, and the hop is pretty much cut straight off. You can see they both are full tang knives with a complete full tang, which means the steel runs all the way through the handle. From the tip of the blade to the handle is one piece of steel. And they're both pinned in with brass pins, essentially the same. Show you the difference. You can see the difference in the handles. You see the hop knife is the one on this side. Well, we got something sparking over here. It's freaking me out. And this is the Old Hickory. The other thing I want to show you is the thickness of these knives. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but the Old Hickory is 1/10 of an inch thick, and the hop knife is 0.07. So it's 3/10 of an inch thinner than the Old Hickory. Okay, I got wet. I had to go shut my tailgate. I did want to show you that this is the K-Bar $10 leather sheath that you can get off Amazon that fits the Old Hickory. I just want to show you the K-Bar knife obviously fits just as perfectly in it because it's the exact same dimensions on the knife. Really the only difference is the thickness of the blade. So did want to show you that works. Let me readjust this. We're going to do a little bit of actual work with it here under the pavilion, and we'll see how well she works. Okay, well, I like to kind of start out my test with some chopping. This is obviously a very thin, not too heavy knife, so it's not going to probably be designed for chopping, but it's pretty sharp. Let's just see how well it works. If you had to use this, I can tell you that it bites into the wood really well, but it just doesn't have a lot of mass. So, will it chop? Yep. Okay, so we could do this all day. Honestly, it'll get through there eventually. There's no sense in you watching it. It's sharp enough to do some chopping, but it's not really going to be your best choice for chopping. This is what you got. You can make do with it. So, gets the job done. It's raining really hard. There's no sense in you watching this. So, let's go to the next task, which is going to be some batoning. Okay, so here's a piece of wood that I cut with my saw earlier. And what we'll do is just go ahead and see if this thing's a thin blade. Most likely it's not going to be the greatest splitter, but just see how well it works. I want to show you this though. This thing has got some flex to it. Okay, all right. big knot here. Okay, so you can see, cut through the knot, no big problem. Sometimes the handles get loose, but these handles feel pretty solid. So again, it's just not very wide, so it really cuts through the wood as much as it does split it, but it got the job done. So what about carving? Well, let's just see. Man, it is raining like my grandmama used to say, like a cow peeing on a flat rock. You can take a look at this. We're in a parking lot here, so. Okay, anyway, I'm sure you enjoyed seeing that. Let's see if this thing will maybe carve a feather stick. It's not the best wood for feather sticking, but making some nice curls. Well, it's got some pretty nice curls on there. You saw the ones that were cut off. So the last really big test I always do for every knife, this spine, not real sure about how sharp it is. One side seems sharper than the other. We're going to see how well it works on a ferro rod. Actually does a really good job. I doubt if there's enough curls here to strike, but it definitely gets. Okay, well, wow. Hope you can hear me. I'm going to try to wind this up. We got a major thunderstorm coming through right now. Again, this is the Hop knife by Ontario Knife Company. Very similar to the Old Hickory knife. If you're in Canada, this might be a much better value for you. It's a little bit thinner than the Old Hickory. It's got a little more flex, but other than that, it's the same knife. Might want to round off the end here or whatever. All that stuff is minor. I think this knife's about, let's say, 12 bucks. Great job, super sharp, full flat grind, 1095 steel. So I hope this has been helpful. I would go try to find a rock, but right now I'm hunkering down. So as always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up. If you like this video, let YouTube know you like this kind of videos. Share it with your friends if you don't mind. If you want to support this channel, check out the Amazon links below. I really appreciate it. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time.